Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show and welcome to my friend Debra from Grow Your Light. And I did
Hi.
not make a mistake by calling this Grow Our Light. Why I did that was a play on her title because we need to grow our light. We need to get
Yeah,
bigger and bigger. And of course, if Debra says grow your light, that's one person or more, but
that's
also the
true.
collective. Yeah, yeah,
Collectively,
yeah.
exactly. And that's why people tune in because
That's right.
you get insight on how the world works and
Uh-huh.
how you can manifest and manipulate your world through
Right.
perspectives and choices and stuff.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I'm just writing
So,
down.
Deborah's been very busy on her own channel. I enjoyed a members meeting that you had the other day. That was fun. Yeah.
That was interesting. I don't do very many. I'm going to start doing more.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, that was certainly worth it. It was very good.
Thank you.
And I just happened to be sort of in my pajamas with bedhead, and I thought I can't join you on that one.
Really appreciate that. Yeah, not camera ready. I totally get it. But
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
man, it was nice seeing you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate seeing you when you come to my members meetings
Yeah,
as well.
thanks.
We're going to be doing the dowsing rods on the 15th.
I've been advertising that for you. I don't know if you've
Good.
gotten more, excuse me, members, but I think it's going to be a blast. And
I
when is
think
it?
so.
The 15th, you
It's the
said?
15th of February, and they want the people that live out here wanted it to be a little bit later, so it's at 5 Pacific and 8 Eastern time, which isn't too late. It's a Saturday. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it will be a Zoom link that will be put in my community page just for members. So
Right, right.
they can go there. Yeah. But I think it will be fun. And it's all about practicing. It's all about knowing, how to get started and,
Right,
it's all a learning in progress, right?
right. Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's good. That's good.
I love that.
I love that you're somewhere over the rainbow there.
I am.
You
I thought I'd bring this in. My mic is going in and out of favor here, but yeah, I thought I'd have a little happy day here.
I know. It's
my
wonderful.
heart, my heart feels this way. So
Okay.
that's what because
Well, I
I've
need
got
a little
that's
more of
right.
that, so I'm glad to have you here with me.
As long as I have a full belly,
Uh-huh.
warm clothes, and nothing in my body really hurts. At one time, I think oh, I've got a perfect life.
I know, this is wonderful. You can feed your dogs and you can yeah,
Yeah,
whatever it is, yeah.
right,
I,
right.
ended up going on to Costco today to order a 25-pound bag of rice.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I bought 2, big cans of Colombian coffee, and I bought,
I did
some
order
black
coffee.
beans. Yeah, black beans. Well,
Black
I
bean.
like rice and beans, so that
Ah,
that was my protein. And I did hear that he's absolutely instituting the 25% tariffs tomorrow in Canada and in Mexico. So if there's anything you guys want that is from those two places, get on it. I don't
where's
know if
it going
it's
to
too
be?
late, but
Mexico, and what?
Mexico and Canada, 25% and 10% with China. Right.
Because we get our fruit, some fruit and vegetables from Mexico, and
We
I
do.
don't know what I get from Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Canada's the paper products a lot. That's why I bought 2 huge boxes of toilet paper. I'm going to be
I
one of
did
those.
that too. Oh, now
Yeah,
you. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I got an extra one of those.
absolutely, absolutely. And I don't know. I'm not being fearful. I'm just trying to prepare. That's all. I
I
bought a
feel
rice
better.
cooker too, a little rice cooker, because I figured if I'm going to be eating more rice, I'm going to want to have it in a not be
You know,
stuck.
I have one of those, and it cooks rice really well,
Oh, it
but
does.
it's
Okay,
so
good.
little that it bubbles up that gooey stuff, the
Oh
gelatin in
yeah,
it. It
yeah.
bubbles up. I mean, so I cook it in my, I cook it in my sink, so it can
Okay.
just bubble
So
away.
it can make a mess. Yeah,
Yeah, it can make it.
that really is a great idea. Yeah, timber from Canada too. Yes, so housing is going to be
Timber.
really going way up because the timber industry, we get a lot
New,
from here
new
in Washington,
construction.
but we don't get enough of it. It comes from there as well. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All
Oh,
right.
wait a minute. Did you hear? Can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
Oh, I shouldn't say it over this. Carolyn Booker.
Yeah,
Mother
we
is
want
in the
to make sure
hospital.
you send lots of love to Carolyn's mom. She is in her 90s, I believe, and she's just a really sweet lady.
Mm.
So we want to make sure that we send you lots and lots of love, Carolyn, and your mom, because I know it affects you just as much as mom, and I hope for a most beneficial outcome
Yes.
for your beautiful mother. So yes.
Yeah. God bless
All
her.
right. All right. What did you want to say?
Well, there was something fun. What is that word called when you laugh at somebody's hardship? It's
Oh,
no. It's a German name. What is it called?
why do I think?
Freudenfeder. Freuden.
Oh,
Freuden.
Freudenschau. Freudenschau.
Freudenschaden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
there's a guy that was on. He's really pleading with Trump to make an exception for on his family, and it's because ICE came and took his wife. He's a Trump voter, and Trump took his wife.
Yep. Well, that's what we're seeing over and over and over and over and over. Yeah. Is that that's why he ended up apparently rescinding that order of not paying for people's meals on wheels and all that other stuff, because he's affecting the people that voted for him. That's the only reason he's listening, I think.
Well, I think it's already been allocated. See, I think that's what it is. It hasn't already paid for, so he can't stop it. So maybe next time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So many people here.
Donna. Yes, we got a lot of people here. Let's see. We got 25 people. And Ronks, I had no idea that you were in Yakima. And so that's wonderful. You're right there in that fruit and vegetable area. So hopefully you'll be all right.
You never run out of apples. Never run out.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of apples. Well, we might have people picking them. We may not have people picking them. Yeah. But every time I go to Yakima or I go that way, I stop at that big fruit store off the highway, and you can get all kinds of fruit and vegetables and everything. Wonderful. Yeah. Yep. Oh, she's going to be 96 in a few days. Okay.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah.
Oh,
much love. Yeah.
So Rossi said it's spelled Schadenfreude. I want to say that so bad. I want to say it well.
I know.
Can't do it.
My favorite word in German is Zeitgeist, which is Zeitgeist. Yes, it's the spirit of the age, which we never know until we look back. But I love that word. It's a great. And then we got Gesundheit from them, didn't we?
I think so. And sandwich.
Oh, yes,
but let me tell you something about Washington, everybody. Every single town and city sounds like you're sneezing, because there's Spokane, Yakima, and then you've got Seattle, and because it's all Indian names, Native American.
Sure. And for me, I live in Kent, so it's more British. So
yes, it is.
Yeah. But yeah, when Canada takes over the West Coast, Denise says she'll be moving this way. Well, I wouldn't want to move out of here if that was the case either. Somebody said we have to include in that long 11th territory for Canada, that we need to include Hawaii, Colorado, and New Mexico as well. And maybe a little bit of Nevada. Just depends. Yeah.
Well, all they have to do is take a little bit, and then it's like you can take a mile.
There you go. Your favorite word is Bein mein Schwanz.
Schwanz. Bein mein Schwanz. I forget what that means. What does that mean?
My ex-husband called, you know what, his schwanz. No, it was his nose. That's what it was.
Well, there is one called Pandunka, but that's you can look it up. It's a Pandunka.
Wow. Well, let's say hi to some folks, and then we'll do some readings. So yes, Debra said she'd be happy to do some numerology for you guys today, and I'll just pass along a reading.
It says it means kiss my arse.
Oh, is that what it is?
And we pronounced it so well.
I know. Oh my.
That's
Cheese and hosen equals fake president, the psychic dummy says. Yes, Alex, we know. Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
That's
Wow. That's great. Thank you. That lightened the load for the day. So High Star Midnight and Moonchild, the psychic dummy, plus his handler. Have you met the psychic dummy? His name is Alex. Yes. Oh, yes. Alex is the psychic dummy. And but he doesn't want to be. He says he's not really stupid. Denise Fletcher's here, Rock's here, Mary Epperson, Suzanne. Thank you for the life, love, light, hugs, compassion, and unity. We appreciate it. Mary Starshine, Maureen, Jackie, Carolyn, of course, and Peter and Mom, Wiki. Let's see, Rossi. We said Donna Marie, Fox for the book, Ness. Nice to see you guys. Yeah.
She's my 33 girl.
She is a 33 girl. She knows her numerology. Marby's here. Linda Kennedy's here. And glad to see you. Hi, Sherry. Voices from the Swamp. All right. Paul Freed, you're doing karaoke at 8 p.m. tonight, singing sometime when we touch to Dan Hill. Oh. Wow. That's a great song. All right. Sherry Freeberry, you are in Canada and livid with the U.S. Well, I don't blame you, but don't blame us. We didn't vote for him, and we don't want him, and we hate him. But I'm not happy with what he's doing to you guys, not by any stretch of the imagination.
He's doing it to everybody.
We're going to have to also pay those tariffs for the goods that he's tariffing you. It's ridiculous. Charlie's here. And Edward Kenneth's here, and Sandy Miller's here. All right. Well, I'm going to stop now. We got about 34 people in the house. So Debra and I are so happy for you to be here with us today. I had to cancel the last time we were supposed to meet, and I'm glad we could get back together because I always have a great time.
Me too.
Yeah. So the first person we have is Star Midnight. And so there's her birth date. And I will just pull a couple of cards.
Good. While I do the math.
Yeah, while you do the math.
I can never do it in my head. Never trust that.
It's all right. So I'm using these little cards, which just have one word on them. And I'm just going to pass along 3 words for you for today. The first one is restraint. So yes, there might be something that will be irritating you today. So you need to hold back a little bit and not either say or do something. Because please know, though, however, you are supported in what you want to do. It's just that the people that you may have this with, they don't support you. But there are people who do support you. And I have here conveyance. And it might have something to do with your house, your yard, your lawn, or something that you own if you're having a problem with somebody. So if not, then just remember you have people on your side, and we're all here and have your back.
Boy, that really now. So we have a personal year, which gives us lessons and blessings. So that's every calendar year. So how easy or hard our lessons will be is usually you can look at the life path number to see how flexible that number is. And Star Midnight, you are a 31/4 life path. So you can't move, you can't budge a brick, right?
I think that's me.
You have 4? So
I think so, yes.
And what's your personal year? We'll do yours.
Oh, I don't know. This is for Star Midnight. Yeah.
So anyway, this year is the blessing or the lesson is that you need to give up what doesn't work for you anymore. You can have held on to a kind of a relationship like a girlfriend or something that's just kind of turned sour, but because you've been with friends for a long time, you don't want to get rid of it or anything. But this year you have to make the move. You got to cut the cord. Now, the blessing of a 9 personal year is that life is going to make the situation you're supposed to give up really stupid and crazy. It's going to be so chaotic that you just drop it. So, but one of the things you have as a characteristic as a 4 life path is that you declare something and the door doesn't open again. It's like this is it, and this is what the ground you're going to stand on. So separating yourself from people and items that might not serve you might be a challenge. So as far as that lesson goes, understand that here's the key. If things get cray-cray in your life, that is what you're supposed to, that's life saying, you got to give that part up and move on. So now you know the secret, and now you can live a really cool 2025.
And Debra also does readings on your name to see how your year, things work with your name. And I can only tell you that by changing my name to Alice, back to Alice, that it's been fairly lucrative for me. So even though I like being called Allie, and I don't care what you call me, as long as it's not late to dinner, Debra's prognostication, she said, try it out. And she was right. So if, she does private readings. Yeah. And so check her out. This is wonderful information she has. She also does readings to ascertain where your origination planet is.
Yeah, you're the soul of origination. So when you were the thought, you were born from God, you're a thought of God, you resonated to a certain planet, and then you took on certain traits that serve you well.
And that was a fantastic thing that Debra did for myself and for Keith, and it was wonderful. So please check out that, and if you have not yet subscribed to Debra's channel, please do that too. Of course.
I'm having a sale on the soul profile, so
good.
I haven't changed that since December, so it's still there.
It's still
the same.
Wonderful. All right, Moonchild. So we have 4/4/1962, and I am going to do a short reading here. This is interesting. There might be some kind of a confrontation. There might be something that you need to say. I think we're living in very turbulent times, and we kind of don't want to say anything, and we don't want it to fester, but we don't want it to fester. So sometimes a confrontation is necessary. I avoid at all costs, I have to tell you, and a lot of people do. But sometimes it's important, because if it festers in there, it just gets worse and worse. And it also will bring more equanimity to you. In other words, you'll get along better with somebody if you just say, I've been having a problem with this, and I wish that you would listen, or we could have a discussion about it, because it might just be a rumor that has been going around that's not true.
Oh, wow. So about the conflict, you can write it naturally. So, and you're an 26/8 life path. So if you were in an office and there was a meeting, everyone was at that meeting, and the boss says something that is disruptive, everybody has to make a change, right? Every life path number is going to react to that information differently. So you, being an 8 life path, would take in the changes, respect the hierarchy, and then go back to your office and start working out how you're going to incorporate those changes. It's not like you're confrontational, just like, you don't want to be confrontational, but a person of few words, but the words are weighted. 8 life paths, you have backup for whatever you're saying. Now you are in an 8 personal year as well, which means the only drawback to that, which is a harmonious year if you just let things roll. But one of the things about an 8, either way, is that you're more comfortable with risk. And usually in an 8 personal year, you're going to have an opportunity to risk more than maybe you're comfortable with, and it'll be easy for you to say yes, so the only thing I suggest is that if you think, I think I'll take half my retirement and bet it on red, I'd just suggest that even though it's not in your nature, you would go ahead and check with a couple of friends and get a consensus on that. That's the only thing I'd just and then take in some of that, because I think it's a good year. It's a good year for you.
An 8 is what Keith is. And he just doesn't have any problem taking a risk with anything.
Oh, I know. I'm having an 8 personal year, and I am finding myself entertaining the thought of buying in something, investing more in like my book and stuff like that. And
sure. Yeah. It's so funny how that it pushes you toward it, and then you find out there's a reason for it. And you go, wow, it's like, like, how did I know that? Anyway, thanks, Moonchild. Thank you so much. We got Rocks next, and then I'll be doing you, Lulu, because I did find your and you're brand new, so we'll make sure we do you next. And then, but I'm trying to do everybody that's asking.
I'll quicken my readings.
No, it's all right. You do what you got to do. Yeah. Oh. All right. So I have here, do you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain? You need an escape. How about that? There you go. Yeah. I don't know if it means you need an escape, like a little vacation, or you just need to get out more, or you need to, whatever it is, it's escape comes out. And then it says you're at the outset of it. In other words, if you're going to travel somewhere, you're thinking about it, you're only at the outset, you're not doing it just yet, but it looks like you have a request. So maybe you're asking someone to go with you, or you're asking about how much it costs. There's some kind of a request that is holding up your escape. So there you go.
Isn't that interesting? So you're having a 9 personal year. Remember, that's when you have to give up something, and that hasn't really been a problem for you, your life. You're a 28/1 life path. So it hasn't been a whole heck of a lot that you hold on to. But one of the reasons why this is interesting with that reading, is that you don't want to mess with the past as much as you want to just move forward with the future, right? Because let's do something new. But what life is asking you to do is to maybe hold off on the vacation and clean out the closet. That's all it's asking. So you might have that little tug of war, but it looks like a good year, because 9 personal years are very important in the cycle.
Yep.
So, yep. But it's cold out. I know what you mean. Use the cold to your benefit. Use the cold to your benefit. And
that gives you time to clean your closet or whatever you have to do inside.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Rox. Oh, Michelle, it's nice to see you. Michelle has relocated to Mexico herself with her husband.
Really?
Yes, very quickly.
Actually,
she loves it. She loves it. Yes.
Where did you relocate from? Do you know?
She was in Seattle, or Bellevue, or Redmond. Redmond, sorry. Yeah, she was.
Yep. Wonderful. So, wonderful.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. So just because I'm jumping over here doesn't mean I won't come back to you guys. But Lulu she's never had this done. So let's do Lulu, and I will read the cards. So the cards kind of are making some. I didn't know if they were making any sense at all.
Yep, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Lulu, are you feeling like you're stuck in some regard in your life? Because what I got is containment. You might feel like you are not able to go anywhere or do anything. And maybe it's the winter where you are. I don't know. But you can see that this person is outside of this, and the wolf in there is interested in getting out and moving out. So it's something to do with being contained in an area. And I got argument, and I don't know why I'm getting all this negative stuff, but maybe you have a concern that if you go somewhere, you could get into an argument with people that don't believe in the same way you do. And so it's better to stay home. I don't know. But they're saying, go outside and create what you can. You may not have snow where you live, but they're asking you to at least go outside and create something. there for yourself, whether that's a ceremony or you sit in the sunshine for a few hours. That's what I get.
So there's a lot of creativity that happens in our imagination, and that we can take a rest. And so many people, I think you, 28, you're also a 28-1, may do a lot of their creating in their mind, and then boom, the cake is decorated, or boom, their business is started, that type of thing. And one of the containments that I can see here, I'm feeling stuck in my office work group, and yes, arguments here. Yeah. So a lot of that, I think, is because you're in a 7 personal year. The 7, 8, and 9 years, the 3 years at the end of a cycle, are so important. This is the year you have to figure out where you are on the spiritual spectrum. This is a year that the blessing for you is that if you wanted to study, fill in the blank, metaphysics, any topic, mediumship, boom, you're going to have like this extra God spark of information in that. You turn to numerology. I think numerology is kind of thing. Then you'll get an extra avenue of that to do very well with that. But you will be spiritually defined by the end of the year. So you're going to be get to have experiences where you weigh your morals and ethics to it. This is a year you don't ever lie. Don't think, oh, white lie, I can get away with this, get away with that. Please align to the highest and best. Is such an important year. Now, you being a 1 life path, put it together. If you do decide to go into metaphysics or spiritual work or anything you want to point your head towards, it doesn't really matter. You will is that homogenized? No, you will take in information of the norm. Like I can teach you tarot, and I'll teach you my way of tarot, and you learn Deb's way of tarot. And then all of a sudden, during a 7 personal year, you come up with Lulu's tarot. That comes into everybody else, and that's how magical a 7 can be. And then the 8. Yeah, but you have to understand who you are. And I think when you get arguments at work, you don't really want to be there. I mean, and nobody wants to be at work, but nobody it's like that constant, oh, I've got to smile at this person, when really I want to be in my emotions and be in my creativity and want them to go away. So, but good year for you.
Good year for you, Lulu.
We'll look for your tarot deck.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Donna, for introducing Lulu to my channel. I appreciate that. And here we are helping each other again. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Thank you so very much. Yeah. So we have Maureen D'Amico, and she's 5'5", 1970. That was a good year, Maureen. Good year. I don't know why all these cards are like almost negative, but I think it's a warning for all of us at this point, because there's so much negativity that's sort of permeating like a blanket everywhere. So it says, just be careful of hidden dangers. It would be the same thing if I said, don't walk down the street of a city at 9 or 10 o'clock at night by yourself. That's, you got to be careful. So it's just being alert to what's around you. But it's also saying you are coming into some abundance, and, it might be more food, it might be more money, it might be a new job. I don't know. But the good things are coming to you, and you're going to be served with them. And so don't let the confusion of anybody else and what's going on with them, have you worry about it. Just let it go and let it be.
Interesting. Really interesting, because you are a 9 life path. So you do legacy, you can be dramatic. But for the most part, you're a seer. You can see for long distances. It's a 1 personal year. If it's true that you're having conflict, it is because you have drug something into this year that should have stayed in 2024. And it could be a philosophy, a perspective. Doesn't necessarily have to be that low down cheating daddy you didn't let go of, but it can be. So it can be tangible, or it could be a philosophy or something. So to make the most out of a 1 personal year, you need to figure out, oh, I need to shift my perspective, because when I think of this one thing, it bumps me out, or I get short tempered or whatever. Just self-parent yourself and then move into something different if you have conflict. But this year is all about trying new things.
Awesome. Just a little, some of it was a little muffled, but I think she got the gist of it.
Oh, so. Really? I'm having trouble with
your mic. Yeah. It depends on where you sit, I think. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like that before. Maybe this is better. I don't know.
It's Mercury in retrograde. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So Wiki just has a question, and she says, is there any significance to having all 9 for soul destiny and heart's desires?
So yes, all of that means that you study the 9 and then triple dose it. And because I am an 11, I'm in a 2911 for my name, my birthday, and my social security number.
Oh, wow.
So I focused on that. But if you're going with 999, it means that you just have to take the good parts are really, really good, and the bad parts can be really, really hard, challenging. But remember, you've got Sacred Scribes is a index. You can go for any of the numbers. So you can go there, and it's free, and you click on 999 or wherever you've got going, and see what she says about it. It's fascinating.
That's awesome. Well, that's
Is my mic better?
It seems to be, yes. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. We got Mary Starshine. And it's 8/18/1950.
18, okay.
Well, Mary, it looks like you have been either accepting support of others or giving support to others. And because it looks more like, it looks more action, I would say you've been very busy supporting others in something that they need support with. And they're asking you to enjoy, to thank you for doing that, but also to remember to release and support yourself, because your self-care is the most important. And they're saying that's where abundance comes in. And, there's a cake there. We're talking about cake, and that is perfect. That's abundance. Yeah.
I love that. So what you have, Mary, is you're a 5 life path, which means you like variety. You don't mind travel. I mean, when you're into travel, you can do well with it. Sometimes you might want to learn a different culture, especially now when you're thinking about getting out of the country, maybe. I don't know. I'm making that part up. But you're in an 8 personal year. Remember the caveat to an 8 personal year. It's really great. You can manifest. The good part is you can manifest anything you want. The bad part is you can manifest anything you want. So whatever you're working on, if you're in a bummer mood, there's just like more of that will come. But with your life path number, you will be more comfortable with the risk if it could be this setup in its extreme would be someone walking off the job after 20 years saying, I've had enough of that. That sometimes can happen in an 8 personal year. You can risk much. So with the 5 life.
The 5 year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like a good year.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Thank you, Mary. Jackie Cirillo. I hope you're still here, Jackie. 9/21/1963. Suzanne, you're next. And then Ness, then Sandy, Michelle, and Donna. And Michelle Crass, can you give me the year, please? Just put the year in. Wow. So it looks like you're surrounded by a group of people that get along really well. And then there's the reinforcement that you do get along really well. So it's like, this is fabulous that you've got this group of people that either you can go to or you can talk to or you can spend time with. They actually are a resource for you. And so it even could be your YouTube community here, because YouTube, when we have shows, we bring up stuff and people in the chat do. And all of those are resources for us. So that's what I get.
Awesome. I've got, you're a 4 life path. We have a lot of 4s today. But your personal year is the 3 personal year. So if you, now you don't mind delayed gratification. In other words, safe, you want security first. And so you went to school every day to get the certificate, to do that, you don't jump around very much. But the 3 personal year is going to give you opportunity to grow your spiritual creativity. And so inside the security you already have, there's going to be something like the obvious would be a book, or to create something. So that is going to be your happy place in 2025. So if you find yourself frustrated and you don't know what to do, then go to a paint and sip with a friend and just throw that paint around, right? And just do something like that. Anything creative will help.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah. It's good that you have those friends you grew up with that you're still tight with. I tried to keep high school friends as friends, and it just didn't work out for me because they were very different than me. And so it's okay though. Everybody's different, and everybody's
But then we all grow apart. We grow into new people all the time.
That's right. That's right. So Suzanne, February 13th, 1963. And yes, I did notice, Carolyn, that Peter's birthday is coming up on February 6th. That's awesome. All right, Suzanne. I'm feeling like you're feeling like me, actually. Confused because you're not quite sure which way to go. I feel this way when I get up every morning. I actually, this may not be you at all. So what I get, confusion. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what have I got to do today? I don't know where I'm going to go. So, but I got the bridge, and I'm feeling as though there is something on the other side of this that's going to make sense and going to make you feel good. And you just have to wait for the transition to that particular thing, whether it be a job, whether it be friendship, or whatever it is that you are confused about.
Yeah, the 7 you have a 7 life path. So 7 life paths can dwell on things because they believe they're brilliant. 7 life path 7s are brilliant, like with math, science, hard sciences. And you're also very connected spiritually. Well, one thing is that when you focus on something, you need to figure it out. And so the last year, 2024, was like hell for you. Oh my God. Because you needed to have that reason. We all need to have a good reason why we're seeing this stuff we're seeing, but you dig a little bit deeper because you're smarter than most of us. But last year was your 5 personal year, which means life was hitting you all out of the blue, something else to worry about, something else to do. You're staying in alignment with, but you're exhausted. So yeah, you're right. That 2025 is starting out where you're just tired of it all. But the blessing of a 6 personal year is that you have equilibrium available. This is going to happen with your mind and thought. So all you need to do, like I think it's easy, is consciously uncouple from the loop thinking, the stinking thinking of trying to figure out why the world is the way it is, and move into balance and do that, because if you wanted to redecorate your house and you had a wall you wanted to do, the ability you would have to create an incredible space will come so easy for you. But that is what this year, 2025, is offering you, a chance to be in balance. And so it wants that for you. So if you're not doing that, you're very spiritual. I mean, you're really connected. Just be at peace, and then say, okay, what do you want? You know what you could do is, this came into my mind. Do you know what the word ikebana means? Ikebana is a Japanese Japanese flower arrangement. As you know, that is usually asymmetrical, right? So you being a 7 life path, which is very incredibly smart. If you looked online and if there was a class close by where you could learn ikebana, I think that is going to be where your happy place, or something like that, where your mind is at rest, but it's able to bring out the balance in a tangible way, in a picture or a flower arrangement. Ikebana. Oh, I can't hear you. Is it mine?
Yeah, no, it's me again. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, we did do a prayer for her mother. So, okay. All right, Ness. I get it. All right. So Ness is next.
Okay.
I would love a reading for the next 2 to 4 weeks. I woke up a little despair and hopeless. Well, welcome to the day. That's what happened to me this morning, Ness.
Right.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
I forget what are you in a one personal year? I can't remember, but I understand that. Boy, I understand that despair.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Am I right now? 2025. Am I a 1 right now in 2025?
I don't know your birthday. I don't know the month and day.
She's a 33 though. You can't.
That's a life path 33 when you add the month, the day, and her birth year. But to get the personal year, you do the month, day, and the current year. But I don't know the month and day.
Okay. She said she is a personal 1 year.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you. I misread that.
That's okay. Yeah. So she's asking, is that why this is all the way it is, I guess?
Yeah, you could become overwhelmed with all the new ideas, and you're coming off of a 2024 where you were diligently doing these projects that are now coming towards the end, and it's been so long since you haven't had something on a burner that when you put something on a burner to see if it goes into flames and really gets fired up, nothing's really firing up right now. And that's because you need a little bit of a break until something brand new comes in, or you can just say yes to everything and keep smoldering a bit. That could be some of the reason why you're waking up a little bit in despair, but I don't see it sticking around.
Oh, good. Yeah.
No, I don't see it sticking around.
Okay. Well, I have here that it isn't a contest, Ness. That's what I'm getting. It isn't a contest. You don't have to know right now. They're saying you just have to allow for whatever else comes up. And so I think this is what happens to me when I am working and I have too many things to do, I can get them all done. But if I only have one thing to do, I don't want to do it now. And I want to do something else. I'm the person that needs all this stuff on the burner. So you may be a lot like that yourself, but it isn't a contest. And this is for me just as much as it is for you. Don't reinforce despair. In other words, find something to be happy about. And I'm taking this today as well. Debra knows. She knows this morning I didn't have. And we need to confront ourselves and say, all right, cut the shit.
You know what helps me when I wake up that way, or anything like that? Oh, she baked cinnamon rolls to shift her mood. It does that for me.
There you go. That's comfort food.
I know. I love that. You know, if it gets serious, just remember you're the observer. And say, oh, look at that. The person on the other side of the couch here is in despair. I'm going to see what she does next. It's literally, I think Eckhart totally suggested you do that. You put your pain body on the other side of the room, or your pain body on the other side of the sofa, and then you continue to watch the show, let them.
Yep. And when all else fails, take a real good hug from Linda Kennedy, because she gives them, and she's fabulous. So, yes. Thanks, Linda. All right. All right. Sandy Miller. And if you're here, Michelle Krantz, we need your year of birth. If you're not here, obviously, we're not going to do a reading for you. But Sandy's is 4/30, 1964. Right. Well, this is a napping person, but it's an interruption. It's like, don't let anybody interrupt you if you want to take a nap or if you want to just relax. If you've had a busy day and you're resting, set your boundaries and tell them, shut up. I'm just being me. I'm just relaxing. And then it says, take your escape as well. So again, we're getting a lot of people that need an escape. And so you're part of it. It says here, be very, very careful, though. Sometimes the ice is very slippery and we wouldn't want you to fall. That would be a calamity. And I believe that where you live, it doesn't really get snowy, but it could get icy. I think you're in Oklahoma. So I'm thinking, just be careful when you're walking, or that you watch where you're walking. Okay.
So you were born with a life lesson of finding yourself on a spiritual level. And so that's probably why you gravitated to this, these forums. You probably read or want to read people, maybe, I'm just assuming, because you're in a 7 personal year. I mentioned that before. And this is when you get this straight God spark, an extra God spark to the higher octaves. If you want to study anything, engineerings or something like that, then you're going to get extra bounty for that. Naps are so hard. I just found out you have osteoporosis.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry
Sandy.
to hear it too, Sandy.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd like to escape that mess. That's for
right.
sure.
But that's something that's going to pull you into the higher octaves, because you have to look at that with a higher perspective for you to alter here, this pain and this condition. We need to go above first and then decide where we need to go. A lot of that's a physical situation, which first thing I think of is cut sugar out. I don't know. I mean, because it's a physical solution, that's just something like that. But also you're in a 7 personal year, which means you're getting extra information. You're a 9 life path, a 27 9, which means that you've been working on this 7 energy all your life. So now when, 9 years ago was another 7 personal year. Mm-hmm. So this is when you go a little deeper and do different things. It's okay, but have to be careful now.
Yeah. You do. When my dad was diagnosed with COPD, he was thin to begin with, but he got himself even thinner. And the reason was because he wasn't carrying so much, he could breathe better. And so I'm feeling the same way. Not that you're heavy or anything, Sandy, but it's just that, keep yourself as light as possible and healthy as possible, because you won't do so much.
That's a bone thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bone thing. And I'm not a doctor, of course. And, but, you want to do that and drink lots or eat ice cream, because that would be what I would want to do.
Full fat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm not making fun of it, Sandy. I love you dearly and want you to be okay. But yeah, I can understand why you have to be careful, because you don't want a calamity. You don't want to fall down. That's probably why that card was there. You have to tread carefully.
Yeah.
Yep.
She already knows that.
Oh, it's your favorite food group?
Yes.
Oh, mine too.
Isn't that in the vegetable group? I think
it is. And every group. Yes. And fruits. Thank you, Sandy, for the super sticker. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it. Anyway. All right. So Donna Marie, Jane, I'm going to let her read you after Carolyn. So hang on, because you and Sandy have the same birthday, but it's off a year. And so you're going to have a much different reading, but I don't think you've ever been here before. So we're going to do that for you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, good, Sandy. That's good, honey. All right, Donna Marie, June 22nd, 1964. Have you got anybody harassing you? Work, somebody harassing you that you know? Step out of the harassment. In other words, you have the opportunity to set boundaries with this person. So make sure that you do, and it will bring your equilibrium back, your balance back, because this has got you off balance. And then enjoy your alliance with those who serve you best.
So she said, "Oh, no, not yet."
All right. Well, I'm not trying to scare you either.
But no, because forewarned is forearmed. Here's the deal. So you're in, sweetheart, you're in a one personal year, which means, and you're new. Maybe you haven't heard me talk, but the one personal year, you get the chocolates and you get to take a bite out of each one to see which one you want to go back to. So you're going to find yourself starting things and then letting them go. You know, try something and thinking, oh, this is it. I feel so happy with this new thing. And then you'll lose interest. Allow yourself to do that. Just take a bite out of everything offered. Now you're also a 30/3 life path, meaning that you're very, very, very creative. And as soon as you said harassment, this is it. It's like, it's hard to get on the wrong side of a 3. Because they are so creative in their thinking. They can come up with a one-liner. They're very quick-witted, easy to get along with, that type of thing. But then they just run out of tricks, right? Of trying to diffuse what's going on. But they'll take the casual way first. And then when it starts getting serious, you can get creatively determined to have things change. So I believe that if this could be just a God wink, where here's Allie saying, you got someone that's going to bug you. This situation is going to bug you. And then when it happens, you can remember, oh, that's what Deb was saying about the numbers. I can creatively get this, to lay down. I'm expecting family upheaval, but remain the observer and just say, look at that. Yeah. So-and-so's drinking a lot. Again, here we go. The entertainment. or that's how a 3, they're so creative. That is how a 3 looks at things naturally. If you're not in alignment with that, you're not in alignment with your number. So I'm just saying.
There you go, Donna. And Donna has her own channel. She's fabulous. And
so. She should.
Yeah, I know.
She's more creative than both of us.
Is she? Well,
we got to visit her
channel.
Can't
argue with that. There you go. All right. So we have Peter Booker, Carolyn's husband. That's his birthday, 2656. And Jane, you'll be next. Michelle Krantz, I'm guessing I just can't find her, so I'm going to give up on that. But anyway, thank you. All right. So, Carolyn, did Peter have some kind of issue where he had to confront someone because they weren't managing things very well? Because it says mismanagement. I love this because it's a pumpkin that's rolling away because they didn't have it secured tight enough.
That's a cute picture.
It is a cute picture. So, it doesn't mean it's him that's mismanaged anything, but he may have come into something that's mismanaged. And then there he is as your support, always there for you. Fabulous, fabulous. He supports you. He supports your mom, everybody. That's who Peter is. And I get outset. I'm wondering if you're going to travel to see your mother or not. I don't know if you are, but I'm going to just put that out there.
Well, and we're talking about her husband. And not
her husband.
Okay, so your husband and I have the same dynamics. He's a 29/11, which makes him just marvelous, just like me.
Oh, and he is. He's a fabulous guy.
Of course, fabulous. And but an 8 personal year, and so he may take either intellectual or emotional liberty with taking a bit of risk. So this would be, but if he's caring for you in a crisis, he can't be beat, especially with an 8 personal year steadfast. Um, he'll hold his opinion until he knows the right words are going to be there for him. And so it's like that, but he is thinking also about the future and legacy. So you may want to ask him a couple of questions about how are you feeling about the situations and how we're progressing in age and what's the next step. Is that freaking you out? And at first he's going to say, it doesn't freak me out. But then it might spark a conversation that would help him manage his thoughts on the inside. Because isn't she, her mother is struggling?
Yes. Your mother's struggling too.
So whenever someone passes away, we think of our own mortality, obviously.
Of course.
And so with an 8 personal year, I would think that it was, he might be burdened with that, but that's the shadow side of it. The blessing side is that anchored, fun, manifest quickly, all of that stuff. So,
yeah. Much love to you, Peter.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you, brother of 11, my 11 brother.
There you go. All right. So we have our Jane, who is fairly new to the community and going around and finding places to like and subscribe to. And so I'm going to do this short reading for you, and then Debra will do your numerology.
Yeah.
So I'm getting here, the first card I get for you, Jane, is a bridge. It's like you've bridged the gap between not having community and finding community. I'm going to say it. It's like you come over the bridge into a whole new situation. And so I think it's wonderful. And look, he's holding a rocket, which always cracks me up, but it's like you're zooming over here to find people of like mind. And you are also working on refining your own gifts. And if not, you should be, because this is very good. It's saying, whatever your interests are, refine them and use them for tools in your toolbox. And the last card I get is, some people may not like that you're doing this. And they may, this is getting a spanking here. Fear of reprisal, but it's your life, your choice, and you have the freedom to do whatever you want.
So I don't know if my memory is correct, but I think the last person that had this combination of numbers had the bridge also. Isn't that interesting? It was way in the very beginning when we started reading, and I can look back at my sheet here to see which one it was. But nonetheless, it's a 7 personal year. Again, that metaphysical, spiritual bounty that's awaiting for you. Whatever you decide to study or focus on, you'll have greater and clearer insight, whatever that might be. But it feels like it'd be metaphysical. Spiritual. You are a 28/1, which means that whatever you study, you automatically, and I don't know if you even know you do this, but you automatically change the information into your own flavor. And you're dabbling in tarot.
Yeah.
So I have here's a shameless plug, but I do have a video. It's way back. I've never done video before. It's archaic. I didn't know how to edit, so everything had to be right for the first, anyway, take each and every card and explain it to you, but then I explain it through my experience as a hotline psychic, where I get to do readings one right after the other and test all these theories that we read in the book. And not always does the 2 of Swords mean that. And then I learned that the other cards around, it was amazing 5 years that I had that I learned that. So when you learn the tarot, I just don't want you to remain in as the student when you learn.
Yeah. So you have to jump in there. But Deborah has her own Clarity Tarot deck.
Yay!
And
I don't
can
even
give
have one here.
Oh,
Oh my
you
God.
know what? I had the turned around, so I had to turn
It's
around.
called the Clarity Tarot.
And she teaches tarot classes. So if you're interested in that, Jane, we're not trying to do a hard sell here, but yeah, we just appreciate it. And if whatever you decide that you're doing, we're glad you've made the first step and taken that bridge right across to where you found us.
You're gonna do a lot. You're gonna do a lot and do it well, and then make your own stuff.
Absolutely. And yeah, and now it's 1 hour and 22 seconds, and we did a great job. We got everybody done.
We did?
And more. We did.
Oh, I thought it was going too slow.
No, ma'am. You were doing great. You were doing great. And Linda Kennedy says, yes, Debra teaches a numbers and tarot class, and she's doing a pop-up tomorrow. So there you go. There you go.
And Linda's going to be on it.
Yeah.
Linda's going to be on it.
Fabulous. Yes. So Debra's at Grow Your Light, and she also has a website that's the same. So we will see you again. Well, Debra and I probably will be on again in a couple of weeks, and it will be on her channel. So I'll let you know, and you can come on over. So thank you, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Really enjoyed it.
I did too.